And there's the wallbang. Don't see that one too often, but...
Unfortunately, Volpid is not an option. Oh, he pre-fired! Oh, true! 90 strike, no scope, no problem!
We'll still be three on this B side. First man dead. And second. Three!
Fletches for a little bit, now he's going to be making his way over the dark. On Zubok. Get this cross. Get a retake! Be aware that it may be dark. Oh man! Frosty, he's got it!
He could have managed that economy well.
Oh, pushing grabs. He could have a second if he goes for it. He just pushes out again. This is more. What is that from QB1? He wants it. He wants to take. He wants to be able to take it. Big chance. QB1 with an 81 angle. Right into the crosshair Frosty. And he shuts it down. SJ now knows where to look. Frosty finds another. He's not taking any prison. Frosty with a third.
Weapons hot. Got one. Yeah. He's down. This area is clear.
The last man alive.
He has
to clutch this out the 1v3. He's knocked down low from that already. 32 seconds left, and it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Hyenas Unity pick up the final kill and win the Volpid series 3-1 on.
everyone, welcome to the group stage of the Volpid series. Today we've got Axion eSports versus Emrys on Inferno. This is going to be the Group B match, and it looks like we've got UN, Stick, Stormraid, Diaximo, and Seb bringing up Axion eSports, and then we've got Fitzy, Rifty, Armandus, and Mox. Looks like we are missing a guy on their side. That's not good. So, we're off to a wonderful start. Emrys in a 4v5. That's normal. But I am joined here by Garvicator, and we are going to be casting this group stage match today. How are you doing, Garvicator?
I'm doing pretty good myself, and I think the one group of people here that isn't doing great at the moment is Axion eSports. Obviously, that player is disconnected. However, due to the fact no damage has been done yet, restart can be called on the round, and we will go to a technical, as will seem to plague the beginning of lots of these games happened in the show match, but unfortunately, internet brought us together and to do wonderful things, but it always seems to have its own little fickle tricks that it likes to play on us. So as a result, how do you think this pistol round will go, solely based on the sides themselves, these two teams?
Well, as of right now, I don't remember actually the fifth guy that was coming in for Axion. If you wonder why I sound different, it is because I am sick. So we're going to be trying to go full speed, but if I can't do it, I'm going to leave it over to Garv here to take my spot as the Screamy caster. So far, in terms of, just in terms of odds, I remember hearing somewhere that Axion had a lower average elo than Emrys does. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure who's going to be able to take out this pistol round. Obviously, T-side on Inferno, and then the Glocks with the running advantage. So the final guy does get back in. It was Chippy who had disconnected. And now we will be ready to go shortly. But obviously, T-side pistol round on Inferno, it's not looking good for you because obviously the one-dimensional nature of B-site is really difficult to deal with, especially in pistol rounds when you don't have that range. But yeah, it could go either way, honestly, at this point. Obviously, Axion, if they do decide to go B-site, it's going to be a lot more challenging for them simply because of its one-dimensional nature. But maybe with a little bit of early utility from Emrys, they can make that a non-possibility, force Axion to go for the A-site execute. So we'll just have to see how it goes, honestly.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. The main issue, obviously, with B-site, especially in these pistol rounds, is you have to go down the dreaded banana, the util magnet that is that 10-meter stretch of ground in which I think almost every CSGO player has nightmares about when it comes up to an official.
Absolutely.
And the thing about it is, yeah, the range disadvantage from those blocks means that if the CTs try and hold top banana, it's a very valid strategy, especially in these early rounds.
Absolutely, and especially just my experience overall with Banana as a player of CSGO has not been pretty. I mean, the amount, just like think about, just you mentioned it earlier, just how much of a utility magnet it is. It's not going to be that big of a factor in the pistol round, obviously, due to the lack of money and lack of utility in general. So it may be a lot more doable for Axion than it would be in a normal round, because you know there won't be a whole lot of utility in the pistol round due to the lack of money, but. We'll have to see. Obviously, because the pistol round being so crucial, it might already be in Axion's best interest to not even attempt a B-site play, because even, you know, it being so one-dimensional and it being so unlikely that they're going to be able to win those engagements, and this being such an important round, they most likely probably won't go B-site. But it could be wrong, you know? A lot of teams like the rush B strategy on their first round, simply because it's tried, it's true, and, you know, it works half the time, so they may decide to just do that instead. While we're waiting for this game to start, this has gotten very interesting, I will say. So apparently, the teams and everything are sorted, and we will be able to get underway very soon. So Emrys is now working themselves out for the knife round. Ooh, Mox got the Shadow Daggers Crimson Web. Those look actually fairly new. Ewan with the Gut Knife Ultraviolet. Sticks with the Paracord Knife. And now everybody has swapped teams, so I think we've got everybody where they need to go. But I was just comparing knives there because honestly, I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be doing and or talking about. But I do want to go into a couple of details before we start this one up. Emrys, they look a lot more ready. Just as a team in general, I've been watching these warm-up games, and Emrys looks like they've got a lot more they have a lot more fluidity with their gunplay and their movement in general. They seem to have that sort of experience advantage over Axion because obviously Axion with that elo difference, maybe they don't play the game as much or maybe they're newer. But none of that matters now because we are getting into round 1 and we're going to go ahead and see 2 players from Emrys buy armor. 2 on the side of Axion buy armor. We've got a decoy and 2 flashbangs for Seb. And now we're going to be seeing it come out here. 4 players with armor, 1 with utility. It's Mox. He's got 2 flashes and a smoke grenade, hoping to make this work. Minute 49 left to go. They've decided to take the ult mid play. And now we'll have to see how that one goes. Mox now spamming the utility, flashing mid early and getting that smoked off the boiler door. And now Seb, he is starting to fall back from the apps position. Now it looks like they're actually going to go mid to B here. Somebody was watching the cross. It was Dioximo. Dioximo goes down. It's Fitzy. UN's got one and Chippy will trade him out. And now things are starting to get interesting. Fitzy will find another. Sticks will clean up Chippy. And now we are left in a very quick 2v2 with Sticks and Seb making their way up Banana. Fitzy getting the bomb down and Rifty watching the Arch's position for the push that will not come. They're running up Banana fairly quickly. They could actually split these 2 guys up. Now Rifty and Fitzy have set up a crossfire onto the Banana entrance, which they are sure. And now Rifty knows for sure that's where they're coming from. Fitzy trying to get out and trade some shots. None of them are effective. Now gets aim punched. Rifty, he's going to find Sticks and now it is on Fitzy and Rifty. Unfortunately, Seb is at full HP, and they do not know that he has made it across. They're both still looking for Banana, but now Fitzy shuts down Seb. Emrys will take round 1.
Yeah, and that was a very interesting round, obviously, starting for that ult mid play, walking up. Obviously, they were waiting for the opportunity that could come into their hands of a quick rush into that. But the play didn't happen. They went into brackets in a very messy firefight through here in the CT spawn, not something you see very often. And as a result here, the CT side, 3 pieces of util and a 5 stack on Banana. The wrong side of the map, though.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Emrys, look at him go. They're taking a free bomb site again, but they're doing it so slowly. Now they're going to be able to see. Mox is going to find one. Rifty's going to find a second. Oh, man. Fitzy finds 3. What a triple kill from him. As now the eco/save round for Axion failing miserably. Emrys are up 2-0 to start this one out.
Yeah, and they certainly are. Fitzy, nice 6 kills here. 3 kills in round 1, 3 kills in round 2. He's definitely proving himself here to be an amazing player with these rounds. We're going to have to see if that kind of play continues. If it does, I think Axion eSports, they're in for a very messy time here. And now we see the early default hit over towards the Banana side of the map. DT side's relinquishing control very quickly.
Look at what Armandus is doing. This is genius. He's made his way all the way up Banana. He's pushed through the molly, cost himself almost half of his HP, but now him and his teammates are taking ample Banana positioning. They could swap this over to a B site take quickly. UN and Stormraid fall back in order to prevent themselves from being killed. They know if they go down that the B site is blown wide open. A minute 20 left to go. Still deciding what site they want to take. Dioximo and Seb not budging at the mid position. Now Rifty making his way up into apps and now staring down Boiler as the smoke grenade comes out. He looks like he's going to leave. They may actually attempt the B site take here. 6 seconds left to go. They've got to make up their minds. Now Mox in Mexico. Just waiting for someone to come out of mid. He looks like he's going to re-smoke it. UN's going to toss out a smoke grenade onto the Banana position. This will let them know that somebody is in fact watching it. Chippy and Armandras have got to play their cards carefully here. Armandras, he may actually spam that angle through the smoke with the MAC-10. He decides not to. Now Mox making his way back down mid. UN making his way into Church. Sticks still watching apps, ever vigilant inside of this round. 40 seconds left. It looks like they're going to try and go for the B site. Execute. Here we go. The Molotovs, the smokes, and now the first man in is Armandras. Can he get some casualties? Oh, man. UN's going to find Rifty. Fitzy's going to trade him out. Now Stormraid's going to find 2. Oh, man. It's a disaster for Emrys, but now Armandras is going to be able to clean up. Fitzy's going to be able to take out Stormraid, and now, again, in a 2v2. Axion trying to find some luck, and they do. Sticks is going to drop Armandras so the bomb gets planted. It's Fitzy, and it's all on him. He's going to bounce the flash off of the boxes, and he won't find one. Seb shuts him down. Ladies and gentlemen, Axion eSports claim their first round, and with plenty of time to spare.
They certainly do. It was very dangerous there getting into position, but Stormraid, those 2 very crucial frags. If he does not get that bomb site falls, and it's just the same. Axion would give up an 0-3 advantage.
Absolutely. So that round win for Axion there is huge.
Yeah, and one of the things as well is it all came off the back of that early banana take. If the T's do not get that early banana take, that round goes out very differently. They waited until the very end of the round there to commit, and if you do that, you've got to make sure you've got all your stuff. Otherwise, it's not going to go well. And even if you do, sometimes it just doesn't. And Storm Raid proved it to us in that last round.
Absolutely. Looks like Steps made his way over inside to Boiler here. He's going to be watching the ab push, and now an op shot up banana. That is interesting. Chippy, looks like he's just going to be putting bullets to try and discourage anybody from looking through. He looks like he's going to be going through the smoke. Shooting through the smoke at nobody. Armandra's doing the same up in Boiler. And now the M4 starting to ring out. That is Dix. He's going to be watching for that abs push. Storm Raid backing off of banana with his teammate Ewan. Looks like those two seem to be the designated B site players. 5 seconds left to go. Emrys really has to make a decision. Rifty's going to pull off of banana. They're going to leave Chippy in Mexico with that smoke grenade. Or, excuse me, that is a flashbang. And now, 52 seconds left. Mid has been mollied off. Mox is now full blind. Stick's still in abs, watching the door. Dioximo is going to be able to find one. It is Armandras now shoving Emrys into a 4v5. Styx is going to be able to take out Chippy as well. Now a 3v5 even less doable for Emrys. And oh man, they just keep walking into it. Seb and Dioximo both find kills. Rifty's going to drop Seb, but Dioximo will be able to pick him up. Axion eSports move to 2-2 going into round 5.
They certainly do. That 3-man stack on the A site proved insurmountable here for Emrys. It was just a massacre running up that short lane position. All 5 players, I think, died in and around there, and as a result, Axion pick up their second round, and they've managed to steal 3 AKs.
Absolutely crucial. I want to point out those weapon picks-ups again. Those are massive for the CT side. We could see a lot closer of a game than people were predicting. A lot of people were predicting that Emrys would sweep this one, but so far Axion is holding on strong here with a game tied. 36 left to go. Storm Raid taking early banana control. Armandras walks right into UN. Storm Raid baited him out, and UN is able to take the kill. Looks like Chippy. Nothing but a P250 to his name over here at mid. Looks like Fitzy's going to be watching the Boiler play. 20 left to go. The Eagle shots again ringing out from Mox. Going to be spamming that mid angle. All of the CTs are not moving. Oh man, Fitzy taking some damage. I thought he hit that there for a second, but he did not. And now things are starting to get spammed by the CTs. That is Dioximo onto Mox, who's playing the mid position. Now the Molotov comes out, and it does get extinguished by that smoke grenade. That is huge. That is going to allow him to push, but he decides not to, and now they're coming towards him. This could be a massacre, and it isn't! Chippy actually picks him up, and now it's a lot more doable. Rifty's going to find one, too, and now Chippy. They're going to be making their way onto the B site. Fitzy's going to shut down Styx, and now a 2v3, and it all to do for Axion eSports. It's going to be Storm Raid and UN. UN coming from the Archer's position. Storm Raid, he's going to be looking at mid. They could decide to do a pincer maneuver onto the site and hopefully claim it both at the same time. Storm Raid is going to clear quad. Where's that lane? I don't actually know, and I don't actually care. So, going to be clearing pit, and now graveyard. Moving back to Ewan, he's going to have his flashbang prepared to throw into the site. Storm Raid's going to turn around. They are going to execute both at the same time. And now he's able to find the guy pinned. And now Ewan's going to shut down Chippy. And now it is all on Fitzy. Storm Raid is able to get him, but he is not able to find the bomb in time. It's going to be close. Oh, man. Can he do it? He won't be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Emrys, they'll find round 5.
They certainly will. Some people may not argue it was a deserved round. They came in there with a full eco and they won by 0.4 seconds even just on that bomb. But now we see the CT side eco. It's very difficult here. They lost the first 2 rounds, 1-2 back, but because of high casualties, they're here forced onto a save.
Absolutely. Luckily, they were able to take out all the members of Emrys, but Fitzy with that clutch deagle kill, single-handedly saving the round for his team. 1:40 left to go, and now the early T-side utility coming out of Banana. They're going to take heavy banana control. This is looking like a B-side execute if I've ever seen one. Armandras taking the very first contact. 1:30 left to go. Styx is going to find one. It's Rifty with a deagle. Oh, man. Would you look at that? And he's able to steal the AK to boot. Check him out as he's going to be able to go all the way back to lane to the security of his teammates. And now Dioximo in the boosted position watching mid. And now it looks like they're going to trade pistols for some reason. And now Styx is going... Oh, no, wait. Okay, I see. So he traded the Deagle for the P250. I am dumb. A minute 5 left to go. And now the T side has to rethink exactly what they're going to do here. Chippy watching the flank. And, oh, man, some damage put on Armandus. He was not expecting that. Armandus waiting for the flashbangs to push out. He's going to watch the boost. And, oh, man, the team kill. That is not good. The team damage. UN goes down. Stormraid's going to find Fitzy. And Armandus will be able to clean up. So now a 3v3, much more doable. The AWP still in play, watching the church position. Now Seb. Oh, Seb and Dioximo, they're making their way up Banana. This could be crucial. He's going to pre-fire that angle. Oh, pre-firing Dark, almost finding it. He will not. Chippy's still watching Church for the assault. That will never come. Armandus looks like he's going to take first contact. And now Chippy does find one at Church, excuse me. And now Mox is going to be able to find one at 7. Now Dioximo, he's going to draw Mox. Oh, man, Dioximo, he's got 3! Are you kidding me? Dioximo with an amazing Deagle play. He finds all 3, and does he get the bomb too? Oh, it's going to be close. 3, 2,
he's got this.
1. He has it. Oh, my God. Axion eSports, are you kidding me? And he's going to grab the op to boot. Can you believe it, Dioximo? What a play. 7-4 here so far on the game.
Dioximo, that was probably the play. I mean, it's a bit early to call it, but that could easily be up there. Play of the game. Just a Deagle, no kit to retake against 3 fully bought players. Even if one of them was, well, that is a massive, massive feat. And now here, early on in the round, we are going to see this T side take lots of early presence here up mid. They're going to go fast. They're going to go fast and furious here, and there's only 2 players here. The early stack for the anti-terror side was on this B side, but now another one of these signature Emrys wraps are going to go straight up. Oh, no. They're not going to go...
Seb off guard. Styx is ready. Styx has gotten one, and now Mox has another. Styx goes down, and now the B side has been blown wide open. Can you believe it? Now...
Certainly can't.
Here.
This A site's very ripe for the taking. 2 CTs, we've seen them pull off retakes before, but how far is their luck going to stretch? Now you were forced into the 1v4, and it's not going to matter. 3, now 4? No, simply 3 rifles. No, 4 rifles are covered, including an AWP. I think this AWP is the same AWP that was bought in possibly round 3 by Chippy on this terrorist side, and I think it may have just swapped hands repeatedly several times. I mean, that is the life of the AWP. It goes back and forth a hell of a lot, and now once again, CT side onto the save round. This economy at the moment is brutal.
Absolutely correct. Just with Deagles and about $1,000 between all of them. Minute 40 left to go. However, 50, he's going to be taking a shot. Fitzy's going to find Stormraid. UN's going to trade him out. UN's got 2 with a Deagle. Oh, man, he's not giving up Banana that easily. Stormraid typing nice shot in chat. Chippy's going to be watching for that push, and it is not going to come, though it looked like it by the X-ray. He's going to be retreating back to the B site. Styx is pushed up into alt mid, and he is there to provide the surprise that Mox was not expecting. Rifty, he will find Seb, however. So now it's a 2v3 for the T side. Chippy, oh, he's not going to move fast enough. Chippy's going to save the AWP just barely with 6 HP. Styx is going to take some damage as well. Now he's going to be trying to take out Rifty. Rifty with the M4. It looks like he's just going to leave for mid. He knows his teammate needs help, but he doesn't know that Dioximo's behind him. UN's going to drop Chippy. There goes the AWP and all the rifles. Just like that, Axion is back in the advantage.
Yeah, I think the thing about this game is lots of these pistol rounds are going the ways that they shouldn't go, and I think it's because these teams are playing far too fast. They need to know that their advantage comes in the form of these long-range weapons. The Deagle, yeah, it can click you from halfway across the map, but you still got the advantage in the fight if you've got that M4 or that AK-47 out, especially if you've got these AWP. I do not like the fact that these teams are so willing to just throw these AWPs away.
Oh, man, Armandus! Look at him go! Armandus! Are you kidding me? He pushes through the fire and the flames, and he's able to find UN. Are you kidding? Armandus, what a play from him. Is he going to be able to find the entry frag? UN just gets his head completely taken off. I mean, can you blame him for not expecting it, though? They threw 3 Molotovs total onto Banana, and Armandus just goes through every single one of them and only takes 14 damage. Absolutely incredible. And now the flashbangs ring out. Dioximo's going to be retreating through the church side. Now looking like a very, very fast B execute. Minute 12 seconds left to go. Ooh, some of that spray from Fitzy does hit Dioximo, brings him down to 72. And now it looks like it's going to be a fake. Going back on to the A site through lane. They catch Axion rotating. Somehow Styx takes no damage there. Even though Armandus had him dead to rights, now 2 flashbangs come out. Styx is going to be slow peeking it. Now decides to go back to mid. The HE grenade's going to do some work. And now Seb's going to find Fitzy, making an even fight for the 4. Mox with 7 health. He's going to continue spraying. Not going to find anything. Now it looks like we're going to have 2 at lane and 2 at library. They're going to have to successfully attack at the same time if they want to split the attention of Emrys. Make everything confusing. Armando's going to find another. Dioximo's going to find one. Mox and Chippy going to find one. And now Dioximo's going to get 3. Are you kidding with the AWP? Can he make it 4 and get the bomb? 2. Chippy says no. Luckily for Emrys, Chippy was there, but can you believe it? Dioximo is on fire right now, 11-1-6.
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, Chippy, he came into this game and he got 8 kills in the first few rounds, and for the next 6 rounds, he's been silent. He's accumulated 5 deaths, and he didn't even get that assist. This AWP has not been going very well here, and I think that's the same for both sides. And now, Axion's on a pistol, but given what we've seen before, I don't think we can write them out of this one, and we're going to go for this signature Astralis boost. We're going to have all 5 players.
Rifty goofs that Molotov that I'll admit that definitely nobody saw. Minute 35 left to go. It looks like they're just gonna kind of wait and see what Axion does. Little do they know, Axion has all 5 players in a stack. I'm not really sure. Are they all moving together? They are all moving together and at the same exact time. This is crazy. This is unlike anything we've ever seen before. Seb looks like he will be taking the first contact. Now it looks like he's going to be sprinting down Banana one by one. Fitzy and Armandos are going to fight too. Storm Raid and Dioximo will trade back. That's the Banana presence for the T side gone. Now it looks like they will take the A site now that they know that all 3 of them are there. They are able to collect a rifle, single rifle. Now 2. UN's going to pick up 1, making the retake much more doable, but with an extremely bad lack of utility and armor, things are going to be still very difficult for them. Now heading into the Archer's position.
Now. Yeah, moving in through the touch position, 2 rifles here. The only real benefit of this round so far, and they might not want to throw these away here in the retake. They're probably going to just sit back here. They might throw in the Deagle, just try and grab another kill. Obviously, 3, the magic number of the Counter-Strike economy. Chippy takes down 1, first kill in many rounds. Chippy takes down another. They might just be eco frags, but they are feel-good frags nonetheless. As it looks now like Emrys take their 6th round. UN, the only man to survive here on the CT side, gets out with an AK-47 at the very least. I mean, if you are Axion eSports, this isn't a terrible round. You came in knowing that you came in with 2 flashbangs. You're not expecting to win this round, so coming out with an AK-47, I'd say that's a pretty good trade.
It's not great, not terrible for Axion eSports. 30 seconds left to go in the buy phase. We're going to see full buys from all of them except for 3 members of Axion eSports with half buys and eco setups. So, having full util is good, but at the cost of a rifle, it has always been the great decision of the CSGO player. Do I buy a rifle or do I buy grenades? And it looks like in this case, they're going to be buying grenades, but Axion will be at a severe disadvantage. And as I say that, Storm Raid is going to drop 2. Can you believe it? Smoke grenade goes down and everything. Now the Molotovs come out. He's going to be able to get across to 42 HP to spare. Storm Raid getting the double entry frag there on Banana. T-side, Emrys again put at a disadvantage. They've lost the entry frag almost every single time. Except for that amazing deagle play by Armandos earlier. Minute 13 left to go. Now it looks like Armandos, he is not scared. Man, he will take on anybody if he has to. This man is not scared of a single soul. He's going to be slowly making his way up Banana. He will find UN if UN decides to peek. UN now knows that he's there based on the pre-fire. However, Armandos has not cleared coffins fully, and he may turn his back to it. This could be very, very difficult. He's going to check the boost up there on yellow. Now here comes the difficult part of taking B site. For the terrorists, they're going to smoke off the CT angle. Going to get behind Coffin, but now he doesn't know. Mox is going to be able to find both of them. Storm Raid and UN go down. Armandos through the smoke. He's going to make a lot of damage onto Sticks. And now with 3, the 3, most certainly an even fight. Now, CT side, Molotov comes out. Chippy's going to be shoved off of New Box. As a result, he does have that op. Going to be watching the edge of that smoke, so Armandos, again, does not have to take a lot of fire, but he doesn't care. He's going to move out and spin the smoke! Sticks while blind! Chippy's going to find another! Seb's going to find one, and now it's Chippy in a 1v2. Not on your life. Seb finds him. Oh, man, Sticks while blind, and Seb with a double kill to make this retake possible for Axion.
Yeah, certainly is the case. Storm Raid, though, very beginning of the round, he got out with 42 hit points. And if you're Emrys, that was 42 hit points too many, and as a result, I mean, they didn't do very much in defending that site. The site fell realistically without much of an issue after that great very great contest, actually, at the top of Banana. Obviously having to fall back due to all of that utility. But they were able to make the retake work in the end, and so they come into this round against a nigh-on full eco.
Absolutely making things much more doable for Axion, especially due to the great performance of both Seb and Styx. And I want to talk about that double entry frag by Stormraid in the previous round, but we don't have time for that. Seb's going to find one through the smoke. Rifty's going to find one through the smoke. Dioximo and Armandas getting kills of their own to make it a 3v3, completely missing that whole scenario as we talk about the previous round. And now, oh man, Stormraid's right on the other end of the smoke. Do you think they know? Do you think they know that he is there? They are not going to clear it! Stormraid and Armandas is going to find one with the AWP, make it a 2v2. Now Rifty, oh, he's got eyes on Styx. He's got eyes on Styx! And he makes him pay. Now Stormraid's going to be able to swing out. If he gets him, this is going to be great. Stormraid now in a 1v2. They don't have bomb, though. He has bomb on him, and now Armandas is going to be headed over to the B site with the AWP. 55 seconds. That's all he has to keep holding on to the bomb for. He's going to cross over to the other side, and oh, Rifty doesn't see. Rifty doesn't see that he's crossed. Oh, but he may suspect it. He may clear it just out of habit. Armandas is now going to be moving down Banana, and now he doesn't know. They don't know where he is. Oh, he's going to be able to catch either Rifty or Armandas. Heavily off guard! And as I say that, Armandas swats his crosshair at the last second. 33 seconds to spare, and Stormraid goes down. It would have been an amazing 1v2, but it was never meant to be. Emrys go up 7-5.
Certainly do, and I think the thing about lots of these early group stage games, and we saw it especially last season as well, is that these pistol rounds, they may as well be gun rounds. You cannot count either team out, because as we've seen, it's almost as if these teams have a higher success rate with deagles and no armor than they do with rifles and full utility.
Oh man, as you say that, Armandas and Fitzy, they're going to town! And now it is all on Dioximo just that quick. Mox and Chippy finding their own respective kills, and now Dioximo, he is pinned in Boiler, and he is not having a great time. Minute 28 seconds left to go. He's just going to try and get as many eco frags as he can. No, he's going to tag Mox, he's going to tag Armandas as well. He's going to keep going. He's got 12 HP to work with. Now Armandas going down into Mexico. With the deagle, Armandas does make it work. Emrys go up 8-5. They now have a 3-round lead here in this first half. This is going to be the last round, or no, excuse me, the second to last round of the half, if I'm correct. Yes?
Yes, you are.
All right, second to last round of the half. And things, again, are not looking that great for Axion. Look at their guns, look at their money, and look at the guns and the money of the other team. It is not looking great for Axion. No.
Yeah, certainly isn't. I mean, we said that they were put up a great fight, and one of the reasons for that was them coming out here on these pistol rounds, but they rushed into mid, and just as quickly as they rushed in, they fell and died. The rush was short-lived at best, and so due to the fact they got no kills, Emrys, they're going to be in a good spot whether they lose or win this round. A full buy is going to be on the cards, including an all full util. Heck, even if they wanted to, they could upgrade their pistols. No reason to, they've got rifles, but they could do it if they wanted to, just to flex on this economy of the CT side. Whereas here for the CTs, they're getting $2,400 at the end of this round, at most. Half of these players are going to be stuck here on $4,350. That is barely enough to make a buy work, and when it's the last round of the half, when you're down at least 2 rounds, likely 4, that's definitely going to be playing something in the back of your mind. And now the first kill comes in. The pistols, they're falling like flies. Able to pick off one though. Dioximo gets the early dink and taps down Mox, but nevertheless it is a 2v4 here. Fitzy hit down to 20 HP. He's the only real one who has to be scared here of these pistols, and Stormraid now in Banana. We've seen him start a clutch from here before. He wasn't able to complete it. Now instead he leaves. The 1v4 retake definitely off the cards, but a kill, that's certainly on it. And so he's going to approach up here, top mid. He's going to just be checking around. He's just waiting here for the exit frags. He can't hope to run in and get a couple of taps. He'll just be gunned down by these rifles. But if he can just sit here at the back, wait for someone to walk into his line of fire and pull the trigger, he could do some stuff. Oh, he's going to shoot them in the back.
It's getting a bit too close to the bomb site.
He's going for the Dosha
here. Oh, he's trying to find a gun. Could not.
I think
He does get away with 50 HP to spare. He did not have armor, so that won't be a problem. as all of the Emrys players do retreat now 9-5. Last round of the first half coming in. Chippy, again, full buyout, 4 AKs, an AWP, full utility, and a couple of deagles, because why not? And for Axion, 2 M4s, no, all 4 M4s, 4 armors, 1 armor helmet, and a couple of nades.
And 1 kit. 1 kit is
And
definitely
1 kit.
the real decider here. If this kit comes into play, it's here on the A side.
Oh, Fitzy!
This means... Oh, Fitzy. He's going to try something.
Push through the Molotovs. Trying to get that early banana positioning. Minute 32 left to go. They still have time to decide if this is the site they want to push. No utility blowback means that he should. He may think that they have fallen back, in which case they have. But UN being on that coffin's position is going to be a big problem for him. He's always had really good... And there, Armandus in apps! He gets noticed by Dioximo. That could prove not very good for him. And unfortunately, he only loses about 5 health. But Dioximo loses 0, so again, it's a trade that you're willing to take, but it's not very helpful. Armandus now with a smoke grenade. Oh, he goofs it. That's not good. Oh man, that is not where that smoke grenade was supposed to land. 52 seconds left now. So he's trying to make as much noise at A as possible to distract from his teammates, making the B site execute. UN's going to be the one taking first contact here. Now wait for it. 43, 42. 41! Sticks is going to find Armandus in apps. He swings out, and he will find it. Now the B-side execute coming in. Rifty's going to find Seb. What does UN do? Storm Raid's got one through the smoke. Storm Raid's got another. Oh, man. This is falling apart for Emrys. They look like they had it in the bag there, but UN is able to keep them at bay from his coffin's position, and Storm Raid is able to clean up with the kills as well. 20 seconds left. They've got to get on site, and now the flashbang comes in. Storm Raid is blind. UN's moved themselves over to new box. Fitzy's grabbing 1. UN's got 2. Oh, man. What a way for Axion to finish this half. 6-9. With Dioximo at 14, 1, and 11. Absolutely incredible play so far from them in this game.
Certainly has been Storm Raid a light in the darkness here. They are, on average, their elo is considerably lower here. This is definitely a story here for Axion eSports, but they're going to try and make it work. 6-9, not the best score you'd like on the CT side. However, I've said it before, especially last season, 6-9, it's a very, very misleading scoreline. After all, to piss around on pretty much all maps, it's a coin toss. If you can get that coin toss to land in your favor, you win the pistol, you convert, suddenly that's a 9-8. That's a lot easier to come back from. However, it does bounce the other way. You lose that coin toss in the pistol round, you're 11-6 down, especially if you're now on the T side. It's going to be very difficult if you can't get a very, very, very fast snowball on the cards.
Absolutely. Again, the score being 6-9, it's still very doable for Axion eSports to go ahead and bring this one back. And again, you were talking about how Storm Raid, his big plays have completely turned things around for Axion, his individual play. And as we go ahead and see Emrys take a timeout before the half has even begun. Looks like Mox running to P2K. Not sure on that one. Again, I'm not really sure as to the statistical difference of the P2K to the USP. The USP, in my opinion, just feels a lot better than the P2K does. The P2K feels a lot more crude. But if a sequel to CSGO is ever made and they make a silenced P2K, I will definitely be using that one because I think it's funny. If they did add a silencer to the P2K, that would be funny, in my opinion, at any point. But none of that matters now as we go ahead and start the first round of the second half. And again, this is, again, much more monumental of a round. We've got 3 players with armor on T side, 2 with utility, and 1 kit and 4 armors with a flashbang on the CT side. So Emrys obviously having a very different setup compared to Axion's CT side. We'll see how this changes the effects of the game. Minute 36 left to go. And we're going to see some early banana control taken and now given up as Armandus is the only man left on B site. Now as things start rolling in utility for the mid take, they're going to be going from mid to A. Now looks like Dioximo making his way up. Have some early gunshots exchanged. Chippy's going to find Storm Raid on lane. Dioximo's going to take out Chippy. The pit presence is still there. He's still holding himself up. Fitzy goes down at Seb. UN's going to drop Mox in pit. And now a 2v4 onto the hands of Emrys as Rifty. He's got it all to do from the mid position, but he's got 3 guys behind him and his teammate shooting him there. Not going to talk about that one, but UN, he's going to be playing in the pit position. He's going to swing out. Armandus is going to find Sticks. And now Rifty's got UN. Now making it from a 2v4 to a 2v2. But Dioximo, he's gotten around. He's going to put some body shots on Rifty, but he's able to notice. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? 2v4, no problem for Emrys as they make it 10-6 here in this first round of the second half. Axion had that in the bag, and they completely lost it. Thanks to Armandus and Rifty's amazing pistol skills with a USP there. Well done by both of those gentlemen as we move into round 17.
Yeah, I think Axion, they're really dropping the ball. The thing about having numbers advantage in Counter-Strike, is the reason why I've compared it to games like chess, is you can trade. You can trade off all of your little pieces. And if you've got more of them, at the end of the day, you come out with pieces and the other person doesn't. And when you're in a 4v2, you want to be swarming them with your bodies, especially when you're trying to fight in the site. If you can just swarm them, bog them down, make sure that they've got shots flying up at them from all the different angles, they're not going to be able to come in and actually start a proper retake. And it's going to mean that you, as a terrorist side, it's only a pistol round, you can stick there until the bomb goes off if you want to. It's only a Glock or whatever you're losing. You get that at the beginning of the round. It's no real loss. But now, instead, the CT side able to come back with a 2v4, picking off all these isolated fights. And now, 4-round disadvantage for Axion eSports. Although they did get the bomb down, so this buy is still looking very confident. 2 Galils, 3 MAC-10s, and a lot of util, all things considered.
That is a B
against these 2 premium rifles.
That is a B.
I think I agree with you,
I'm going to go
Crash.
ahead and predict that this is going to be a B play. If it is not, I'm going to look like a dumbass, but don't worry, it's not the first time I have. 15 seconds left to go in the... Never mind, it's paused. They took a technical pause. I don't know why. I remembered that they did it for a reason, but I don't remember what it was because I have short-term memory loss. Not really, but I'm just stupid. And so we've got, again, it's pretty much the same setup on the CT side too, actually. They've got 2 rifles, them being M4s instead of FAMASs, obviously, but then the 3 MP9s as well. So things looking, this might actually be a very balanced round as we got like this half buy, half eco monster thing that they've created, and some players with utility, some players without. Everybody's got armor helmet though, except for no, everybody's got armor helmet. So I mean, who knows? You know, kind of cool how they lined up like that. But that is besides the point. Now it looks like Fitzy's going to be able to put that smoke on a banana. Now the flashbang comes out. Chippy's going to smoke off mid. They're going to rush mid. Oh, Chippy. He finds one. He's going to find 2. All of them. Oh, man. He's only going to take out one, but he knows where all of them are now. Storm Raid and Yaximo getting their own respective frags. Now turning it from a 3v4. And as to say that, a 3v2, 2v3 as Rifty and Fitzy find frags now. They're going to be able to try and make this work. UN on 1 HP. It's just the Galils left now. They need something from these 2 players in order to make this round justified. The cost already. Storm Raid goes down, and now it is 1 HP, 1v3, and not on your life. Ewan goes down. It's Rifty. Minute 7 seconds left to spare, and Emrys move up 11-6.
Certainly do. And now this half buy, the one chance realistically that this T side has. Now this victory, it's going to begin the slow climb of slipping away from them. They forced up last round. They decided they'd rather take it with the MAC-10s and Galils, and as a result, now it's the Deagles. We let them do work with Deagles before, but Deagle CT side and Deagle T side, very different story.
And as you can see, that is very, very true. As we go ahead and go down to Banana Armandus, they've taken a lot of early Banana control. Looks like it's this round. They're just kind of sitting back with their Deagles and P250 and Glock. They're just kind of waiting for the enemy team to make a move. You can see the economical advantage shifting to Emrys. Back into the balance. Minute 20 left to go. And now it looks like we're going to see all the T's group up. Flashbang coming out to Banana. It will not affect either of them. Armandus gets one. Yaximo finds one. And now Rifty and Ewan are both going to find separate kills. Turn it into a 3v3. Blow the B site wide open. The closest man is Fitz. He's going to get the Molotov down, but it is much too late. Now all 3 players are going to take damage, but now they're going to start getting the bomb down. Fitzy, he's going to find Storm Raid. He's going to keep spamming through coffins, but he's not going to get it. The bomb goes down. Now Seb trying to get into a good position to defend it. Still got to make so much work. It is UN with a Deagle, and he's all by himself there on Banana, trying to check for the flank. Seb's going to find one. UN! Oh, UN really needed to hit those. And Seb goes down as a result. Mox has got 2. Ewan really needed to hit those shots, but he just couldn't manage it. Mox hangs on, grabs 2, and now Emrys go to 12-6.
Certainly do here. Fitzy not died, I think, maybe at all in these last 2 rounds, crucially. And so now, if he wanted to, he can very easily drop over this AWP. And the AWP, it's not great here on the T side of Inferno. Lots of these angles, it's very difficult to clear without lots of players. And so having this AWP can actually be a bit of a detriment, especially as you get into the late rounds. But on the CT side, very different story. Lots of long angles you can try and exploit here on these sites. And as a result, we're going to see Chippy once again picking it up here on the CT side as he did for the T side early on here. And okay, we're going to see a 3-man A stack towards the beginning of the round. And Axion eSports, they've said, okay, playing fast hasn't worked. Let's try playing slow. And so now with all the rifles, they're going to try and bleed out lots of this utility here. If they can try and bleed out utility, especially around this banana location, it's going to make pushing in a lot easier. But instead, Emrys, whether they've got this from some kind of read or not, they're not going to do it. They're going to sit here and they're going to take a very defensive stance here in the B site.
Yes,
Although I think this here, Fitzy, he might be lining up a retake smoke.
like it. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Rifty's going to find Ewan elsewhere on the map. Armando's going to be taking first contact on this banana push if it does come. That's the Oximo who's going to be able to find him if he decides that banana is the way to go. 50 seconds left. They've got to make up their mind on what they want to do at some point very soon. 48 seconds now as Rifty moving his way back down to Boiler. Gunshots being exchanged on banana against Zeb with a flashbang. Now the smoke coming out. It's Rifty burning alive in the Molotov at mid. He is going to be able to escape it, but not before losing almost half of his HP. Now 33 seconds left to go. Chippy's watching the alt mid push. Or excuse me, the arches push. Now it looks like he's made his way. 25 seconds left to guess that it is a B execute, and they've read it perfectly. Oh man, Axion eSports, they were read like a book. Doesn't matter. Stormraid's gonna find Armandas. He won't find Fitzy. Fitzy's got to. Seb's able to drop him, but it's already too late. Fitzy's done enough damage. The bomb has been recovered, but at what cost? And now there's going to be a 2v3. Seb is going to try and get this bad boy down. He does. And now the smoke into the re-smoke onto CT. Now the smoke at Church does fade. Rifty's making his way up and in. Oh, he's going to catch Sticks off guard here. He does. Now shoving Seb into a 1v3. Can he make it work for Axion eSports? He's going to find him first. It's Rifty. Now from the dark position, they know he's there. The swing comes out. Mox. He'll find him. Now moving Emrys back up to 13-6.
Certainly is, and at the moment, it's looking like Emrys are going to absolutely sweep Axion eSports here on the CT side. They have not lost a single round this half. That puts them 4-0 this half and the 7-round advantage here. We are going to see a buy from Axion eSports, but at this point, it's a very, very steep mountain back to climb here. 10 rounds needed to win in regulation for Axion eSports, with only 3 needed here for Emrys. And realistically, I think Emrys, they're going to take this in the bag very quickly. I think the reads here on the CT side, I don't know if this is some kind of prep or if it's just the superior game sense maybe of these players, but they seem to know a lot better. It's almost as if they know what Axion eSports is doing better than what Axion eSports know. And so these rounds, they end up a lot of the times in early massacres or instead just brilliant retakes.
Absolutely correct there. So we're going to go ahead and see the unpause here. Axion, they've got to be able to make something work. This is going to be their first buy in a very, very long time. We're going to see the opening rollouts from each player. The Molotovs coming out onto Banana. First one gets extinguished. Now Seb's going to put some bullets in. Fitzy takes some damage. And now Seb does as well from the HG grenade. Fitzy's going to be able to take first contact. Sticks. Whoa, 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 whoa. All the way up in apps. He's going to be able to drop Rifty, and now Mox is going to be able to trade him out. The Oxmo goes down as well. It is Fitzy on Banana, and now Seb is going to be able to take some more damage, down to 43 HP. Minute 18 left to go. Chippy's going to be watching apps like a hawk. Mox is going to be watching the lane push. Seb makes his way up Banana. They know that he's going there. Armandas and Armandas and Fitzy both falling back. Fitzy going to be boosted up on top of Nubox there to stop the Banana push if it comes. And now Chippy trying to swap in between the Arches angle and the Apps angle with the AWP. Mox watching the Boiler door and the mid push. 52 seconds left, and he might find one if Ewan decides that that's a good place to come. If he stays quiet, looks like he will elect not to go to the Boiler door, but in fact to Apps. Either way, he's going to run right into the crosshair of Chippy if he decides to do so. Now the flashbang comes out. Ewan's going to walk out. Mox is not watching it. Now he knows. He has read it perfectly. The Molotov going in, stopping him. Storm Raid right behind UN. Now we're just waiting for Seb to get the bomb all the way from B site. So it looks like the B site play has been abandoned. 23 seconds left. Look at the time. They've got to get on site. Chippy's going to be able to find one. It's Storm Raid. Finds another. Oh, he misses. He misses. UN! Oh, gosh. Finds two with a P250. I guess you don't need an AWP in that situation after all. Just hit the two P250 shots. And that's how it's going to work. Wow, what a play from him.
I think the second one was a collateral. I think it went through the guy's body into the next one's head. And now Axion eSports here, they've got a very big decisions to make here. $4,000 on most of these players. Sev got 5,000 in the bank. They've got an 8-round disadvantage. If they give this up with the half buy, they're going to be playing 9 rounds back likely for overtime at best. And I think at this point, they're going to have to try and win it in regulation. If they get it to T, then maybe the mental aspect might come into it if they've got that back. But either way, I think, yeah, they're going to go for the force here. It's all or nothing here. Although maybe the next round will be the one that actually decides the game. This is the most important round of the game so far for Axion eSports. If they lose this, they are all but finished here in the upper bracket.
Absolutely correct there. Garvicator is going to come down to this round right here. Coming off of the force, they're not going to have the economy to muster up enough guns and ammunition and utility to survive in the next one. It all comes down to this. Now it looks like early shots being exchanged on Banana. Armanda's taking damage from that Molotov. That may come in handy later. Putting him down to 90 HP. A minute 20 left to go. Dioximo's going to be boosted. Armandas doesn't see it! Oh, through the smoke! He heard him drop and he spams it. He does find him. That's the entry frag for Emrys, and that could be everything that they need to make it work. Chippy going for the wall. He finds one in Boiler, and he could have a second. He does! Oh, man. Not like this, Axion. Not like this at all. They're going to put some utility back down on mid and get out of there. They know that somebody is in ops, or in abs. They have heard him. It's Ewan. Chippy whiffs. Does he find him with a P250? No, he doesn't. Elsewhere, Armandas has grabbed himself a kill. Rifty has finished off Ewan, and now Emrys go to match point here.
And yeah, now, as I said in the round prior, it is basically what's left in the kitchen sink. They've absolutely ransacked it up until this point, and now they've been able to scrape out just a little bit. They do have 2 AKs here so far. Dioximo obviously not buying yet, but a Mac 10 and the Deagle also adorning the belts of these Axion players against this overwhelming full buy here from Emrys. Sure, they don't have much money here, but it may not matter if they end it here. And now double AWP pulled out for what they hope to be the final round. This could be a bloodbath here in round 22 if it is indeed the last round. But even so, even if it's not the last round of the game, Axion eSports, they have got a long road to go back to overtime, and it all starts here. Round 22, make or break.
Storm rated chat. I'll have 2 number 9s, number 9 large, and number 6 with extra dip, and number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese and 1 large soda. Anyway, now that I've been done recreating Big Smoke's voice and doing a terrible job of it, Chippy looks like he's gonna be able to take the banana angle. They're all gonna be pushing together, all together. 6 has got 1, Ewan's got 1. Oh man, this could be the start of something beautiful if they're able to make it work. All 5 of them burning alive in the Molotov. The smoke grenade does come out. None of them can tell what is happening, but they do know that they have control of the A site, or relative control. If Mox is able to drop the Oxmo here, it's going to be huge. He's not going to be able to make it work now. A 2v5. And as I say that, he makes it a 2v4. 50's going to be moving in from library. Now checking the Archer's position, making sure that nobody's there. Molotov ringing out right next to him. He's 21, 4, and 13. Can he save his team? Can he save the match point? 16-6 victory for Emrys. Not looking likely. Ewan making his way over to the pit position. And now Styx is going to be tracking the Molotov in the moto position. Now Dioximo is going to be watching for the apps push, but it's not going to come. There's nobody there. Chippy's going to be sitting on Banana waiting for the exit frag. And it looks like that is going to be the plan of Emrys. They are going to be headed into exit frag mode. They're just going to be able to try and save these guns and try and prolong this comeback as much as they can. They will be willing to give up round number 22 in hopes that they win round number 23. However, I do want to point out that Axion is going to recover 4 rifles here, so now things become so much more doable for them here in the long run. And oh no! What? 2 of them go down to the bottom! Oh, a blunder like that! No!
They were in such a great spot coming out of that. With 4 men, their economy was going to be in such a great state to start this retake, but with 2 of them going down, I think they can just about muscle the full buy, but if they take heavy casualties here, despite winning the round, yeah, even so, Ewan, only a flashbang. We can already start to see these things coming out. However, Emrys, they do not have much themselves. They've got 2 players with utility, the rest simply here on pistols. And so we do see a 2-man site here for B and 3 men stacked here over towards this A site. And so we see Axion, they're going to play it slow. They're going to bleed out what little utility Axion eSports have. And now, if you're Emrys, this is the time where individual play is just going to win you the game. I don't think many tactics are going to be great here. You're probably just going to be trying to sit around these corners, close angle, do as best as they can. However, it's not looking likely here, as now it appears that Axion, they're going to stack up over here. The A site seems to be where they are going to land their feet here in round 23. As the Oximo goes back to pick up the bomb, the AWPer here on the CT side is now the first shots to the round are exchanged. Mox with that P2K shooting back, and that should be, that's the AWP taking out the picture. This is now very here as the remaining players flood here. Storm
Raid's got one. Seb finds another. Oh man, Ewan's got one. And now Axion have made it 8-15. Things are starting to get a little dicey here for Emrys, as they should not have lost those past 2 rounds, but they have. And now the momentum will continue going into the favor of Axion. This could be the start of something incredible if we do manage to see it. But it looks like things might be a little bit more balanced here, as we're going to see armor and rifles come out of Emrys here in this round. Now the flashbang comes out from Stitch. Fitzy! Woo! Taking a lot of damage from that HE grenade, but he is in ample position to stall the banana push. Minute 36 seconds left to go. Does he give up that positioning? Seb finds Armandus! And oh, Dioximo! No way through the half wall! He's got it with the AWP, and now the B side has been blown wide open. They know it. Axion, they're just trying to get there as fast as they can before someone can push them from church. Chippy! He had an angle. He had a shot onto Dioximo, and now he's put 2 and 2 together. He knows that Dioximo is in church, but he doesn't know if he's going to push him now. Oh, things are getting very dicey. Sticks getting the bomb down, and now the spam coming out from Seb onto CT, and now it looks like they are just going to elect to save a 3v5 with no utility. Well, they have a flashbang, but it's not in very good position right now. Looks like they will elect to just save here. Emrys, in this situation, being at match point, they just want to play this as slow and as nice as they can to guarantee the victory.
Certainly do. Like... They've got this massive round advantage. If they want to, 16-14 is still a win. They have lots of rounds here they can spend in any real way they'd like, so long as they come out the other end with a victory. But either way, 5 men surviving is not something you like to see at this point. The economy is probably not going to be a factor here in this comeback, so long as all the rounds are won. I mean, if they lose one, it's over. It doesn't matter how much money you've got in your bank account. If you lose 1 round here for Axion eSports, the game is indeed over. But either way, this round should come somewhat easier to them than others. As we do see here, Fitzy and Armandus are going to be forced onto just their USPs. Fitzy, however, is going to pick up a flashbang, going to make holding this banana area slightly easier, as the 1 rifle here over towards the A site. And oh, that's a very nice flashbang bounce here from Chippy, but there's nobody here on the other side to connect to. Oh no, Dioximo drops Sept as well. 3 players left here for
incredible
Axion. Shot
from Chippy there. That's a crucial kill as well. You cannot afford mistakes like that if you're Axion at this point in the game. Spamming through the smoke is a Rifty. Excuse me, that wasn't Rifty. I believe that was Armandus, and Storm Raid's gonna take him out with a headshot through the smoke. Beautiful pinpoint accuracy from Storm Raid, right when his team needed it, and Mox is gonna drop sticks. Now a 2v4, nigh on impossible. But it is, in fact, Storm Raid and Ewan both on the app side. Looks like Storm Raid's gonna be pushing from lane. Armandus does hear it. Oh, he catches him with a nade in his hand. Armandus, and now he's got a gun to boot. And now Ewan in a 1v4. Can he somehow hold on? He's got 4 NIP stickers on that. AK won't matter. Armandus shuts him down. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. 16-9, Emrys take it. What an absolutely beautiful match for us to watch.
It was a bit of a sweep here, especially towards the end. That slight comeback gave us all a little bit of hope. 3 rounds, but it was never meant to be. 16-9, as you said, reads the scoreline as Axion eSports are toppled and forced down into the lower bracket here in Group C. Emrys eSports, they are going to have 2 shots now at making the playoffs here. If they lose the next match here in the upper bracket, they will have a chance at whoever wins the lower bracket game. And so that's all for me. Have you got any final words here to impart onto our very kind viewers here, Crash?
Absolutely. So we are going to be having some interviews. I'm just now being aware we're going to bring in a couple of players and get their thoughts here in the game, because obviously it would not be a Tier 2 Counter-Strike tournament if we did not have a little bit of spice in it, and that is going to be the player interviews. So hopefully we're going to be able to get them in here relatively soon, but I do want to thank everybody for coming out real quick here. Obviously, you put down a lot of time in your day in order to watch some great Counter-Strike, and I'm really glad that you are able to turn your ears on and listen to this absolutely wonderful game that we've got coming here. I want to thank our tournament organizer, Loza, and MFG. Also want to thank Erturk GG on the production team. He has been an absolutely massive help in making Season 2 a much more revamped version of Season 1. Nothing against anybody else on the production team for Season 1, but obviously upgrades are very good, and that is what we have. Erturk GG. Absolutely wonderful job. And now it looks like we've got Fitzy here. Say hello.
What's up, man?
All right. So start off our player interviews. Obviously, that comeback that was started by Axion got a little nerve-wracking there. What was going through you and your team's minds as that was happening?
To be perfectly honest, I didn't even realize there was much of a comeback, but we were getting a bit worried on the T side. Not too bad, but we felt like we were still in control of the game, to be fair. And we knew on T side that it's more CT-sided, so we had always that to fall back on.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely agree with you, sir. And I want to also know another thing I want to bring up is your CT side versus your T side. Obviously, on T side, you struggled a bit more than you did on the CT side. The CT side, you lost 3 rounds, and on the T side, I believe you lost close to 5 or 6.
We lost 6.
Lost 6 on the CT side. Any reason for that? Do you guys just practice on the T side more? Was the one-dimensional nature of Banana? What was the reason for that?
To be perfectly honest, we were not expecting it to go to Inferno. We were actually kind of expecting it to go to Mirage, and we weren't really set up on Inferno, so we didn't have the most stuff like strats that we could do. But I think it was a lot of Angels that we kind of won off, and the confidence that we had still going into Inferno.
Absolutely. And another thing, how did you guys prepare for the other team? And did you guys watch any film, any sort of specific preparations that were made? Maybe you ran through the map a couple of times in practice, or anything in particular that you might have done to prepare for this specific team?
So the only stuff, I didn't do anything. IGL literally kind of, I think, investigated the players a little bit and just kind of saw what maps they played and kind of narrowed it down to what maps we'd get, and let's just say we didn't get the maps we expected, so no preparation really.
Yes.
Like 15 minutes. So we got the 15 minutes after the veto of preparation, and then someone went to the toilet, so it was like 5.
Well, sometimes it do be like that, especially when real life does happen. But another thing that I do want to talk about real quick is also want to talk about entry frags. How important do you believe in this game that entry frags were to the success of your team, and even in the round successful to the enemy team?
To be fair, the entry frags are quite important, to be fair, because it just makes it easier, especially on CT side, where you can, once you've got the entry frag, you don't have to, stack as hard on a site, or even on T side, you've just got more freedom to do stuff. You can start, like gaining more map control once you've got that entry frag, because obviously there's less people to be holding those angles.
Yes, very good. So another thing that I want to talk about is looking into the future. We've got another game ahead of you guys here in Group C, and it's going to be Leggett Saffron versus Striking Vipers. The winner of that match will go on to play you guys. Which team would you rather play?
To be fair, I'm just going to put it out there, Striking Vipers new logo, I rate that. But to be fair, I think Legates is definitely the favorite. I haven't really seen. I know a bit more about Legates than I do Vipers, and I think they're supposed to be the better team. I think one of our IGLs has played. One of our players has played with the Legates. Some of the Legates players, anyway. So, maybe he'll give us some insight on how they play. But honestly, I'd prefer to play Legates. I think that could be quite a fun game, especially with the old as our player and their players have a bit of history, so that'd be interesting to see.
Yes, very good. So I'm being told that we need to go ahead and wrap this up and get down to the player from the other team. So I want to thank you for going ahead and coming out and bringing your team with you today, Fitzy. Anything else you want to say before we go ahead and go off?
Thanks, man. Look forward to seeing the either Vipers or Legates in the next game.
All right. Any social medias that we can plug before you go?
I don't know let me find it. Emrys _eSports on Twitter. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. Emrys _eSports on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here.
Wait. I've gone up one. Medal, and then / xfitzies. Hey, go check me out.
Right. Medal / what'd you say it was?
xfitzies.
xfitzies, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Go ahead, go do the subscribe, hit the like button, follow, subscribe, whatever the buttons tell you to do it. All right. Thank you for coming out, Fitzy. Really appreciate you sticking around. All right, let's go ahead and get our next guy in here.
Right.
And so now we're going to move on to the Axion player interview.
Okay.
I think it's very interesting, obviously, talking here with the players. Obviously, their mindset very different to us. We can see a lot more than they can. We get the whole map picture. But in reality, if you're a player, you're focusing primarily on your screen, what's happening directly in front of you.
Yes, it's very true. It's very true. And again, I want to talk about that bracket, how that game could go. Do you think that Legates will beat Striking Vipers as we search for the missing Axion player wherever he went?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, Legates, they are the favourites, as was said by Fitzy. They do have this higher average elo, although definitely not by as much of a gap as was present today. Emrys far and beyond the average elo here of Axion eSports. But either way, I'd say Axion, they put up a good fight, especially in the early stages of this game. But either way, I'm not sure what happened, but something just broke, and it seemed like they weren't going for quite as much of these aggressive fights as was winning them these rounds before. And as a result, I think their performance really suffered here as we got on to especially the later half here in the CT side. Without these aggressive defenses, they weren't doing so well. And now we can hear it from Styx. How are you doing, Styx?
I'm good.
That's always a good thing. Obviously, you came off a bit of a loss here. You think you're ready to come back now and make the low? Still feeling confident?
Yeah, we're still feeling confident. We had a rough T side, but we are going to look over it, and we're going to see if we can fix it.
I want to ask
Fair
you
enough.
something that I went ahead and asked Fitzy a couple of minutes ago. I want to ask, did you guys do anything? Did Axion Esports in any way prepare specifically for Emrys on Inferno? Was that an intended outcome of the map bans, and did you practice for this map or against this team on this map, or just against this team in general? Did you do any film study, things like that?
No, we didn't do any counter-strat or anything against Emirates. We had prepared quite a bit on Inferno, but we didn't feel like we required a counter-strat against Emrys. We figured we'd go into it with our best, and yeah.
I mean, the outcome, obviously, was not what you guys expected, but I still do want to talk about a bunch of great plays that happened. Another thing that I do want to talk about, there was a specific play where Armandus pushed through the Deagle, or pushed through the banana Molotovs. There's 3 Molotovs that were thrown on the banana, 1 by the Ts, 2 by the CTs, and Armandus pushed through all 3 of them and took off Ewan's head with the Deagle. Any specific reaction out of him? Was he a little bit vocal about that?
No, we didn't actually hear anything specific about that. Obviously the call was made, but no, we played it pretty cool.
Right, that's good to know. Good to know being able to control your emotions in a situation like that, especially when that kind of BS happens. Armandus, I don't know how he pulled that off, but he did, and it was quite incredible. Massive congratulations to him. Anyway, but as we go ahead and get into the deeper questions here, obviously the lower bracket, you guys will be playing the losers of the next game in Group C. That is going to be Leggett Saffron versus Striking Vipers. Now, I want to go ahead and ask you, which team out of those 2 would you rather play?
Ooh, I have not had the time to look into either of those teams, so to be honest, we're happy to play either one of them.
All right, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good attitude to have from the perspective of a Counter-Strike team player. And another thing that I want to mention is map-wise, did you guys want to play Inferno, or what map were you guys specifically shooting for in that map ban's phase? Because it did look a little strange from our perspective.
Yeah, we had a stand-in today, and the only map we had time to prepare with him was Inferno. So Inferno was our hoped pick.
Ah, I see. All right. So that does explain the bit of the erraticness, I want to say, in the map ban phase. We were just curious about that. And you told that we go ahead wrap up the questions. So one final question. How do you guys plan to bounce back after this loss and going down into the lower bracket for this group stage?
Well, our plan for now is to watch back the game, analyze our mistakes, and try to correct them. We are currently working on more advanced strats for Inferno, so we're hoping to get this map up to a competitive level.
Absolutely. I mean, more power to you, man. Garvik, you got any questions before we go ahead and wrap this up?
I think the only thing I'd like to say is there was lots of aggressive AWPing there from both sides. Was that prepared for, or was that more responsive in response to the aggressive AWPing here from the CT side, especially here in this first half?
Our opera Dio has been playing very well recently, so I've given him the leisure of playing however he wants to play. That currently means he's going very aggressive, and his results are definitely what we want to see from our opera. So we're very happy about the aggressive plays that he made.
Okay, that's very interesting. Obviously, combat AWPing, it's a very different style to traditional AWPing, but when you can make it work, as we saw, it can be very potent. And so thank you, Six, for coming out here, giving us this amazing interview. I want to say thank you to both the teams, both played an amazing game of Counter-Strike. Even if Axion eSports did come out on bottom, they did not give up. That was a great little 3-round comeback at the end. We were all rooting for you secretly in the bottom of our heart sticks.
Right, thank you very
once
much.
Again, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Before you go, any social medias that you'd like us to plug real quick? You're limited to one, so just pick one.
Our team Twitter. Let me see if I can find the handle for you.
Alright.
See, yeah. Our Twitter account, Axion underscore eSports.
Axion_esports, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Go do the follows, subscribes, likes, buttons, whatever. Follow them, retweet their stuff. Great organization we got to work with here in the Volpid series. Super excited to see what comes out of them in the future. Sticks, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, that should be the end of the player interviews as far as I am aware. Garvicator, absolutely stoked that you came out and casted with me today. Super glad for all of your help in taking over when I felt like I wanted to puke up all of my organs. Thank you so much for doing that. And I also want to thank all of our wonderful people who came out to watch. Without you guys, none of this would have been possible. I want to thank Erturk, GG down on the production team. I want to thank our tournament organizer, Loza and MFG. They've done absolutely stellar work in getting Season 2 underway. Super excited to see how it turns out. Can't wait for the playoffs. And once again, I know I've done it once, but I'll do it twice. Thank you so much for coming out and watching this Tier 2 Counter-Strike with us. Been an absolute blessing to be a caster for this series. I'm super excited to see where it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see all of you in the next one. Peace.
There's the wallbang. Don't see that one too often, but
It's not an option. Oh, it pre-fired. Oh, Woo-choo. 90 grid, no scope, no problem.
we'll still be 3 on this beat fight. First man dead. And second. 3.
Flexes for a little bit. Now he's going to be making his way over the dark. And around it on to bottom. Get the cross. Get a retake. Be aware that it may be dark. Oh man, Frosty, he's got it.
He could have managed that economy well. Oh!
Pushing grabs. He could have a second if he goes for it. He just pushes out again. This is more. What is that from QB1? He wants it. He wants the game. He wants to be able to say that he makes it. QB1 with an 81 angle. Right into the crosshair of Frosty. And he shuts it down. SJ now knows where to look. Frosty finds another. He's not taking any prison. Frosty with a third.
Contact. In position. They have me pinned. Weapons hot. Got one. Yeah. Is down. This area is clear.
The last man alive.
Yes,
he
to go
has the
huge.
clutches out the 1v3. He's knocked down low from that already. 32 seconds left, and it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Hyenas Unity pick up the final kill and win the Volpid series 3-1 on Inferno.